everyone, this is Amy with Keto Life. Welcome back to my channel and back to my kitchen. We're going to make a chaffle today. I'm trying to finish out my series of pie chaffles, and this one is one I've been wanting to make for a while because it's one of my favorite pies from before keto, and that is butterscotch pie. So I did order Loran Oil's butterscotch flavoring, and then I also have Da Vinci sugar-free butterscotch syrup. So those are a couple of options we can try. We're going to be flavoring our butterscotch pudding and making a butterscotch pie chaffle. Before we get started, could you do me a big favor and give me a big thumbs up if you like my chaffle recipes? And also consider subscribing and ring the bell, and you'll be notified every time I upload a chaffle recipe or whatever else I upload. All right, let's get started. Also, I want to remind you, I have a playlist with over 36 chaffle recipes, so there may be some that you have not seen because they kind of tend to get lost on YouTube. So I'm going to put the playlist for my chaffles right up here, right above at the top of your screen. So definitely check out that playlist and see if there are some chaffle recipes that you might want to try. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is separate an egg yolk into put the egg white in the bowl, and the egg yolk will go into our saucepan. So let's go ahead and do that. To be careful to not bust your yolk into your egg white. To my egg yolk in my saucepan, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of golden monk fruit and just stir that up. And then just let that soak and set aside while we're doing our chaffle. Okay, so to our bowl with our egg white, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of super fine almond flour. I like this almond flour, super fine. I think Walmart carries also a value one that is super fine and blanched. That's a great one too. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of golden monk fruit. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of softened cream cheese that I soften in the microwave for about 5 seconds. A pinch of pink Himalayan salt. And about a tablespoon or 2 of chopped pecans. I love chopped pecans in my crust for my pie. Now just go ahead and stir this all together. This makes the best pie crust for your keto pies. All right, so we're going to go ahead and make our first chaffle. I'm going to separate my dough into 2, kind of half it here, and that'll give me a nice gauge because it should make two chaffles. And just spread that out as good as you can. And go ahead and cook that one up. You want your chaffle pie crust to get a nice golden brown on it. Up to you if you like it more golden brown or more, soft. If you pull it out, you can see it's kind of crumbling. So you need it to be a little bit more golden brown. If you're having a hard time getting these out, you need to cook it longer. Once you're able to lift up a little corner, I like to use this silicone spatula to help me slide it underneath, and it pulls it out very nicely. Now for those of you who just don't feel like it's a chaffle without real cheese, please add some mozzarella or your choice of light or white cheese to the dash before you put your batter in, just like a traditional chaffle. We've tried it both ways. We don't feel that it really tastes bad with the cheese, but I just prefer it to be as close to a real pie crust as possible. And I just like it better that way. So it does have cream cheese in the filling. Add more cheese as your chaffle is cooking. Totally up to you. Now we're going to go ahead and take our egg yolk over to the stove top and make our butterscotch pudding. It's going to be so good. So we're going to add 1/4 cup of heavy cream to a microwaveable bowl. And just heat that up in the microwave about 30 seconds. It should get nice and hot. All right, so while whisking, we're going to stir in some of our heavy cream. Make sure you whisk continuously. This is going to be tempering our egg yolk so that it does not cook. Just whisk continuously. Sorry for the noise. And then go ahead and add the remainder of your heavy cream. I go over to the stovetop and we're going to bring our pudding over low heat until it is nice and thick. All right, so hopefully you can see this okay. Over low heat, low medium-ish heat. Depends on how hot your stovetop gets. Sometimes I just hold it up above and just keep my eye on it, and I just whisk and stir the entire time until it gets thick. Feels like it might not ever get thick, and then all of a sudden it'll get thick for you. And to me, this is the most important part of this step. The secret to any good pie, especially a pudding pie, is definitely the homemade pudding that goes on it. So, you know, if you use like an instant pudding, it's going to be good, but it's never going to be as good as your own homemade pudding with fresh ingredients. You just want to be careful to not let it burn. Some people probably do this over a double boiler, which I have one, but I just don't find that it's really needed. You can do it pretty quickly this way just fine. You just want to continuously whisk it and stir it, and you should be fine. You can see it's starting to get thick already. All right, you can see how nice and thick that is, like pudding. So I'm going to call that good and turn off my heat. And now it is time to go flavor our pudding into butterscotch. All right, so to my pudding, I'm going to stir in 1 tablespoon of butter. And this just gives it a really delicious, creamy consistency and buttery flavor. We're going to add in our butterscotch flavor. Start out with just 1/2 teaspoon, and then we will taste that and see how it tastes. I feel like this is pretty rich, so I don't want to overdo it. Give it a taste. Wow, that's amazing. Gonna add in just a little more, about maybe another 1/2 teaspoon, as I'm spilling that all over. It's very, very delicious, rich pudding. This is definitely where you can flavor it to what you like or what you want to. If you add too much of the liquid flavoring, you will thin your pudding down. And then just to make my pudding look more like a traditional butterscotch color. I went ahead and added food coloring to do that. I mixed together red, yellow, and green, and it made a nice brown. So you can do that, but you don't have to. You certainly don't have to. I think it's like your mind plays tricks on you. If it's not the traditional butterscotch color, you know, you're expecting a different flavor. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, there is that. We are done. We are ready to assemble our chaffles. And I do have a taste tester here in the house today, so hopefully we can get his reaction. All right, so just like I did on my other pie, I'm gonna do the little, let me get it started. I'm gonna do the little round shapes all the way around the perimeter, because I think it just makes it look like such a cute pie. But you don't have to. You could just squirt it on there however you like. I think it makes a nice perimeter to hold our pudding as well. But our pudding is so thick and delicious. So I'm gonna use a spoon. I think everyone's gonna be fighting over every bit of this pudding. So I'm going to split it in half as best as I can and let that fill in. And you could always make a double batch, because this is really not a lot of pudding. Like honestly, it's not a lot. That's what I love about this. You're not consuming that many calories, you're not consuming that much carbs. I've actually lost weight eating chaffles. I've been stalled like in the around 155, and today I weighed in at 152. I go up and down, as you guys know from watching my channel, but I'm eating these chaffles practically every single day. So, you know, it just goes to show you, everybody's body works a little different. I'm gonna put a little bit right in the middle. All right, there's our butterscotch pie. Now, some people like their butterscotch pie with meringue on it. Unfortunately, I don't have a kitchen torch, so I can't really, you know, torch my meringue, but you could certainly make meringue if you wanted to, and you could even just put it in the, you know, not torch it at all, just put the meringue on instead of the whipped topping. All right, guys, let's dig in. Now you'll notice this chaffle crust is much more like a crust. You'll see it's crumbly and it has a delicious texture of a real crust. Yum. Absolutely to die for. So happy that I can have my butterscotch pie again. Yay! There's absolutely no eggy taste, and it has a very lovely, sweet, buttery flavor. I'm gonna go eat this, and I'm waiting for the husband to come and do his taste test. All right, so Ed's going to try my butterscotch pie chaffle. I already devoured mine, so it makes two.
Mmm, very butterscotchy.
Did you taste the butterscotch?
Taste the butterscotch.
And the butter?
It's very rich, very butterscotchy.
How's the
sweet?
How's the crust?
The crust is it's actually, it tastes a little nutty, and
It's pecan, yeah.
oh, there you go.
Pecan crust.
And it's kind of crumbly.
Yep. Like a sweet pie crust.
Yeah, it's sweet too. It's a very good flavor, good texture. I'm halfway through it. Delicious.
Yeah, one's not enough for you, is
No,
it?
make me more.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. I think this is another one for the books.
Very good. Thank you.
So there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this chaffle recipe. I'm absolutely in love with these. Like I was missing pie so much, and these taste as real as I can get to real pie. So I hope you enjoy it. Make sure you check out my playlist with all my other chaffle recipes. There's going to be 37 of them. 37 chaffle recipes in my playlist now, and it will be growing. I will list down below the flavoring that I used and whatever else that I enjoy in my keto kitchen. And you're welcome to use those Amazon affiliate links to purchase them. And of course, you know, they give me a tiny percentage, which is awesome. It definitely helps support my channel, and I appreciate that so much. So hopefully you guys are all having a wonderful keto week, and you don't have to cheat because you got chaffles.